Hey everyone, can you see me back here? Well, it's a beautiful morning and I'm out this morning in my neighborhood because I have this new product by Radiomaster. So if you're into the FPV drone hobby, you would like a very small controller because a lot of times your drones, like the one I'm going to fly today, are very small. So this item by Radiomaster is called the T8 Pro. It's actually a 16-channel radio for the FPV hobby. You could use it for other hobbies, but it's pretty much for the FPV hobby. That's why it's like a game controller. It's got these little things at the back you can rest your fingers on, touch the joysticks if that's how you like to fly. And the joysticks are actually Hall gimbals, which you don't usually see in a product at this price range. The price range on this, I think, is around the $70 to $80 range. The cool thing, or at least the selling feature on this is, hey, ooh, I can do signals, is a little display up here. So let me power it on and show you what the display looks like. See if you can see it because the sun is sort of beaming. Oh yeah, it has voice as well. Yeah. So now it's complaining to me. So you can put voice in it if you want. You have to do that yourself by putting a memory card in it, you know, a micro SD in the back. Then you can have voice and everything else. So there we go. There's the display. Can you see that? Probably it's focusing on me, so you can't really see what is on the screen. But out here, I can see it quite fine. So the screen is a flip-up screen. You can put it all the way down if you don't need it, have it all the way up. It allows you to program your radio with the different drones you're going to fly. And the cool thing with the screen is it is removable. You just pull it, plink, right off. It slides right off the back. The only thing I have to say about this radio is it is sort of a one-trick pony. So it's a multi-protocol radio. It will attach to FR Sky receivers, pretty much, well, most of them anyways, Futaba receivers, and a few other receivers, and that's pretty much it. You cannot use this with a crossfire for super long range because when you take off the back, it's really not designed for crossfire as far as I can tell. Besides having the voice, it also has a built-in battery, so you don't have to add any batteries to this. It runs for about 6 hours on a full charge, and up front here, these little blue lights will tell you how much power is remaining within your radio. And it does have the normal range for FPV with a radio like this, so tiny, there's no antenna on or anything. It says it probably gets you over a mile. I don't think I would chance it, but yeah, it's just an inexpensive radio that is supposed to be really good for FPV drone hobby. So I'm going to test it out. I have the Petrel 132. This is one of the fastest drones on the market for its size. I've got a 6S battery on it. This drone is very hard to control because it flies very fast. So I'm going to see if I can control it with this here radio. Let's check this out. As I mentioned, the great thing is I have voice.
Angle mode, acro mode,
so
mode, horizon mode.
I'm going to stick it in acro mode. I see a few cars that go up and down this area, and down here I don't see anything. So I'm going to buzz it around. Here we go. Put the goggles on. Okay, first thing we want to do is hit the arm switch. There we go. Very quiet. Here we go. This thing is powerful, straight up. And heading down the street and coming back. What a beautiful image from this here drone. So easy to control. All right, so I have no complaints about this controller. Flying it at high speeds down my street. Let's go up here. It's really good. Do some spinnies, come all the way down. Let's go down this here area. Spin around. Look at that. I can see my whole neighborhood. Lovely. All right, this is a short video because we're going to go inside and take a look at this product. So I'm going behind myself, so I got to bring it down. When you see any colors flickering on the screen or anything like that, it's just because my goggles are facing forward and the drone is at a different angle. All right, let's bring it on down. Close to me. Right here. There we go. All right, so test with the radio, flying an actual drone that flies at high speed. It did extremely well. Very easy to control. No issues out here flying around my neighborhood where you don't want to crash into anybody's car or house. All right, let me show you some other stuff. Let's go inside. All right, we're indoors, and this is the Radiomaster T8 Pro that I was using outside. If you're not familiar with a Radiomaster, they also make the TX16S, the full-featured granddaddy multi-protocol radio, and then they have the TX12, which is also a multi-protocol radio in a smaller form factor, and now they have the T8 Pro. So unlike the two radios I just showed you, they take batteries and they take rechargeable batteries. This here has a built-in battery, so when you get this, you do not have to add a battery to it. You just plug in a USB-C cable to the top and it will automatically charge up. Just like many controllers on the planet, it works with flight sims. So to get it to work with a flight sim, you just plug a USB-C cable into the top and then configure your controller within the flight sim because it has to know where your joysticks are, when they're centered, what the switches do. After you configure all that, then you can play your flight sim, and you can see here I'm playing one with a helicopter, flying it around. Helicopters are hard to fly, and I'm also flying a drone. You can see here flying a drone. So really good that it works with a flight sim for the low cost. So the next thing to show you on this controller would be all the physical features. So let's go through it really quick. You have your power button right here in the center. If I press that, it will light up, start up, and it will talk to you as well because I have voice in it. Stop talking. As already mentioned, your LEDs are down here to show you how much power is left within the remote. I believe it runs for 6 hours on a full charge. You do have your Hall gimbals, so they're very good. And the joysticks are actually made of metal, not plastic, which is very different. The voice you hear is coming out a speaker right down here. There's a little speaker for that. You do have 4 switches on the remote. The top switches are 3-way switches and the bottom switches are 2-way switches. One of the nice features on a little controller like this would be these finger rests that pop out at the bottom. I like them because if your hands are all sweaty, there's no rubber on here. It's very hard plastic. So if you have sweaty hands, it holds you into place while you move the joysticks. The screen is very detailed, easy to see. The buttons on the side are all very easily displayed, and you know exactly what they do. If you're used to a radio remote control, it all makes sense to you. These 2 round buttons at the bottom here, these are actually your trim controls, and I'm messing up my trims right now. The screen can be angled in any angle you wish, but when you're flying, you don't use the screen. It's only you select your drone, you set up everything, and then you really don't use the screen after that when you're flying because you have goggles on. You can't see it, but you can remove it. So it's powered on right here. Watch this. I'll touch a button. You can see it's powered on, but watch this. I can yank it off just by pulling on it like this. There we go. The screen comes off and you can put it right back on. It just slides on. Well, there's the back, and you can slide it back on, and we're back in business. If I didn't already mention it, the operating system is OpenTX. OpenTX is one of the most popular operating systems in the RC hobby for radios, and this has full-featured OpenTX, and you can go online, download updates, connect some stuff to your software, your computer, so you can run your OpenTX on your computer. All right, the next thing I should do is show you what comes in the box. So I have the box back here. This is the box you get if you order this T8 Pro, and that's it. There's not a lot in the box. So you get an instruction manual right here, and you get a USB-C cable for charging or for using it with your flight sims, and you get this little piece of plastic that if you yank off the back right here, so I took that off and I just want to cover up all these little electronic items, I can put this portion on like this. This portion on like this. Get on there. There we go. It's a really tight fit, so you can put that portion on and then you don't have the display anymore. But if you don't have the display, it's very hard to set this up, so you need the display for that. But if you want to go fly after it's all set up then and have one model in it, then that's fine. But if you want to change models, you need the display so you can select the next model. And one thing that's pretty cool is the guys at Toolkit RC actually put my name on the controller. Well, actually, they put my name on a series of stickers that they gave me, so I stuck one on the controller itself. Pretty nice. All right, so if you're interested in getting into the FPV hobby, or you're already in the FPV hobby and you need a backup controller, or maybe a controller just to fly flight sims so you don't use your more expensive one here, then this is a good buy. Or if this is the only one you will ever have, then it's a good buy to get started because it's not very expensive. So I'm going to put links below to where you can find it. I believe it's available on Banggood, and I'm going to ask Banggood for a discount code, so you might be able to get it even cheaper. So check out the links below and see if it's for you. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in future videos with many more reviews. Take care.